Alright, so I went to Great America Halloween Haunt October the 14th, and it was nothing but a bad experience. I'm hoping to try going again because I didn't get to see a lot of it. I wanted to ride the Demon, but the ride was so packed it was going to take from 7 o'clock till 1 o'clock in the morning. They're open just to ride the damn thing. But instead, I had my wife, my 19-year-old daughter, my 9-year-old son, my 8-year-old son, and my 2-year-old son. Okay, the first thing they want to do with the kids is they want to lure you in and get you to buy this necklace thing, for that way they don't scare your kids. My kids did not have that. Not once did they ever get scared because there's barely anybody out in the open. Okay. The other thing, that's a waste of money to buy that because you're not going to get scared. Trust me. The other thing is we got there. I didn't know that Great America chooses to do this. So we got there at roughly almost 5 o'clock. Okay. They kicked us out of the park at 5:30. Okay. Then we had to go back through the metal detector, show our gold passes again, waiting all that line with all the other people that were coming for the Halloween haunt to get back in. Very inconvenient. Not comparing any parks, but I've been to Six Flags more than enough on their Halloween things to understand that they don't kick anybody out of the park because business is business, baby. You got to make that money. Okay? Definitely made me not want to go back, but I said, let's try it. So we went back in. It was 7 o'clock. We stood in front of the carousel where their Halloween's going to start, the introduction. Got to give them thumbs up because that was super awesome. It was cool how the witch came out. It was cool how you had this demon guy come out and he's standing on the water, and that was completely awesome. And they had all the fire going off and the music blasting and all that was right on the money. I was thinking, wow, this is going to be freaking awesome. Okay, so after he says welcome to Halloween Haunt and everything else, you go in. We went towards the left and we went through the gestures.
Jester clown.
The jester clowns. Supposed gestures. I love clowns. Okay, as a matter of fact, I live in Castro Valley, California, and we trick-or-treat at the village every year. And people from other counties come to do that thing because it's so big, because all the stores, everything get together. So people have gotten to know us, and there's thousands upon thousands of people there. Because we dress up, my whole family dresses up as scary clowns every year. We went through the thing, not one clown that I see. Not one clown. Nothing but gestures. There's a difference between a gesture and a simple clown. Especially with it being the #1 movie, one of the #1 movies of the year. And the #1 horror movie to open in the box office. You would think that they would have had something close to that. I understand with rights and copyright and everything else, they can't do a lot of things, but you would think the clowns would have been high on the agenda. Nope, no clowns. Then we made our way around to the Little Red Riding Hood. Could have been a whole lot better. I didn't enjoy seeing a bunch of wolves showing their tennis shoes, and some of them didn't even have their wolf gloves on. No budget at all. I mean, it was just completely terrible. I'm not saying anything bad about the performers because, hey, you're there for $1 and you're going to do only what they're going to tell you to do, and you're going to dress the way they want you to dress. Apparently, Great America don't have a high standard in their, their attire on what they want people to wear, and their hair and makeup and everything else. Maybe they're struggling. I don't know. But that was completely terrible. As a matter of fact, one of them tried to scare me. Probably remember me from the hat. and I just stopped and went into zombie code because I'm used to doing stuff like that immediately. I turned around and kind of did my zombie thing on the girl that tried to scare me, and she ended up taking off running. Okay. I did it a few times throughout the park, so I'm sure a lot of people remember. This is Saturday night, October the 14th, 2017. Okay. The other thing, we went around. I wanted to go into the dollhouse. Well, actually, went around because my 2-year-old, I was going to get him on some rides because they said all the rides were going to open. None of the kids' rides were open. Big mistake. At least dress Snoopy and everybody else up as vampires or something to keep that section alive. Completely dark. As a matter of fact, most of the park was so dark and with so much smoke to cover up all their mistakes that you really couldn't see nothing. As a matter of fact, it was so dark that one of the gestures scared one of the girls, one of the little teeny bopper girls, and bumped her into my wife, and my wife dropped her glasses and it broke her glasses. And then they didn't even have, nobody had any glue or anything to put her glasses back together. So now I got to reach in my pocket and buy my wife some brand new glasses. Okay, these are prescription glasses. So then we go around and you would think you would see a vampire. Nope. No vampires either. So then I made my way around, and you would think that, like where the tiki area is at with the tiki ride, you would think they'd put like some headhunters or some Cannibal Holocaust stuff going on there. Nope. Completely dark. Nothing going on there. All the water rides, they had nothing going on. So then I made my way around to where the dollhouse is at, the toy thing. I wanted to go in, but the line was so long because there's not enough attractions there that, like I said, you're going to be there for 3 hours. And it was something, you know, when you got children, I'm not going to have my wife waiting out there while I'm standing in line for that long. Wanted to ride the Demon. Didn't get to do that. The line was so freaking long. They only give you from 7 to 1 o'clock to see everything, and there's no way you can because there's just not enough attractions. The corn maze is pretty cool. I did like that a lot. My kids absolutely loved it. Like I said, I'm not doing a downplay on the performers, but when you're instructed to do something a certain way, or they're telling you to do what you want, there's certain ways of scaring people, and they were far from that. I think that whoever is a director of entertainment for their Halloween haunt should be maybe even fired because their ideas are not working. And the best part, I didn't see no freaking zombies walking around. Zombies, of all people. The biggest draw everywhere. I mean, shoot, they got Run for Your Life from zombies and paintball zombies and everything everywhere, and they didn't have any of that. The other thing is, why didn't they have like a Silent Hill kind of thing, you know, with some of those guys walking around on stilts and just larger than life freaking monsters like a Pumpkinhead or something like that? Nothing. Very disappointed. I'm going to try going back again, ladies and gentlemen. You know, as a matter of fact, you want horror? Email me on YouTube. Picking my brain a little bit, or hire like a Rob Zombie or somebody like that that absolutely knows horror and how to scare people. Because I know I got a movie collection. My movie collection rates from 1921 from the Lone Chaney movies all the way up to 2005. I got over 2,000 titles. So I know horror. That's just horror. But I want to say that from, you know, the pot smokers, you know, there was so much pot smoking going on, I couldn't tell if it was the smoke or pot smokers. And, you know, I don't want to get drug tested on Monday or whatever. To let them do that on their own time. You know, I don't want to take the risk of getting drug tested on my job and testing positive because somebody else's mistakes. But that's a security issue. But obviously, at Great America, nobody gives a damn. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but A lot needs to be done with their Halloween haunt, and I see myself, I'm going to try out the Fear Overload because that looks completely awesome, and a bunch of my friends are saying that's the place to go to because that's the place to be scared. I do not work for Fear Overload. I do not work for Six Flags. I've been to the Six Flags before, and I've never been disappointed. They're completely awesome. The Not Scary Farm is off the chart. There's nowhere like it, or Universal Studios. Great America really just needs to pick up the pace a little bit and give people their money's worth and stop, you know, raping people for the dollar for this thing. Because if I would have had to pay, you know, me being a gold member, I'll show you, I am a gold member. If I would have had to pay for that, I would have been really disappointed, folks. Thank you.